This is a Ankh at the top, also a sage holder, a wand because it got the clear quartz pointing out. I just finished making this. If you stay tuned, you'll learn how to make it. And I haven't been putting sage at the top, so I know I'll be saying there's a sage holder, but this is how you put the sage in. You put it in, and then you just twist this tighter. You light the sage, and you can use it to get into the corners of your room. You know, you can really sage the house, so it helps. It gives you extra reach to sage those hard to reach places. So it's also a wand, so you could, you know, talk with your wand, because words are spells. That's why it's spelling, make up words and all that good stuff. But I'm not getting into teaching. But stay tuned, you learn how to make this right here. Ankh Sage Holder Wand. And you can also buy it at coppervibrations.com, coppervibrations.com. As always, peace, peace. So you start off by making the Ankh. I create the head of the Ankh. And then I create an arm. Just one arm. I don't start on the other arm until I work my way there. And this Y right here is 8 gauge Y. Everybody keep asking me, where you get your wire from? I made a lot of videos even talking about the wire I get. I be wanting to just tell y'all, man, so go look at all my videos. So I want to tell y'all, just go look at all the videos and leave a comment on, comment on my videos and look at my videos. But anyway, this is the Ankh head, a arm, and then I'm gonna start working on the Ankh body. See? That's where we at. The other arm comes once I work my way around, and then when I get there, I put in that arm. But here, we're gonna weave all this. And when I make smaller Ankhs, I use 20 gauge wire. But this piece right here is thicker, so I'm gonna use 14 gauge wire. So this is my 14 gauge wire. If you wanna know where I got it from, watch my other videos, I explained it in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 14 gauge wire and I'm gonna put some through. And it's about that long. It's not that long. Probably 1.5 feet. And then I'm gonna wrap this bottom part of the Ankh with the 1.5 feet that I got. That's on this end. Then I'm gonna take this end, wind it up so it don't smack me in the face. I'm not using this right now. I'm focusing on this. And what I do is I do a weave. See? The weave is started. When I make smaller Ankhs, I do the exact same thing. I just use thinner wire. What am I doing? Another question I get asked a lot is how long it take me to make a piece. I don't look at the clock, y'all. I'm not timing myself. I got a lot of orders to do, and I just do them. I work all day, and then I stop and do other stuff. But I'm not timing it. I let it flow. It takes as long as it needs to take to be done on a high level. I'm about to wrap all of this, then I come back. But as I did that, I need to do this whole thing. So I wrapped all that, now I'm here. What I do is I'll take this 8 gauge wire that's going straight up, and I bend it over. So as you see, this is gonna go to the outside of the Ankh head. Real simple. I work my way up, then I bend it over, just like that. And then I continue to wrap. Now I'm wrapping it like that. I'll continue to weave, following around the Ankh head. See? So it goes up and then goes all the way around. Then I put in that arm. I line it up just right. The reason why I ain't put it in earlier, because sometimes I change the size of the Ankh head, and if I already had the arm bent, sometimes it don't line up right. So I saved that for later. But now I'm about to keep weaving, going all the way around, then I drop another arm. So I went all the way up, now I went around, I'm back to this part. Now it's time to drop in a arm. I want the arm to match this arm. So I gotta work it and get it similar. I don't necessarily make my pieces perfect. I'm not whipping out no rulers. I'm not measuring. I'm eyeballing it, and I'm going with the energy. It's a look that I'm shooting for. And in the past, I've been doing this for like 9 years. So in the past, I tried to measure and make things perfect. And the more perfect I make something, the less I like it. I like it when I just let it flow. It just looks better than me when I just eyeball it until I feel like, yeah, that's how I want it. And then I move on. But that's how I want it. So now what I do is I bring I want to bring both of these down, but it's such an area here. So what I do is I take this one and I wrap it. I wrap it around it like that. That's tying all this together. And I need to line the arms up the way I want it. So on this side, it's gonna be a double slant. That looks good. On this side, it's just one, but what I'll do is I'll bring this around again, and I'm gonna make this into a circle. What I call an energy vortex. Put it right there. And now bring it down. So that's how one side look, and that's how the other side look. I still got this 14 gauge wire, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this on. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. find a cutting tool. I got a cutting tool right here. I'm gonna cut it. Peel this insulator off. And I'm gonna sew it on this side of the Ankh. I'm gonna sew it a few times, and then I'm gonna send the wire through on this side. I'm gonna do the same thing, because what you do on one side, you gotta do on the other. So this is a wand, so the next step is to drop in these stones. And how I drop in the stones is I put a stone in, and I take my 14 gauge wire and I wrap it and straighten this out. And then I go into the next stone and keep wrapping it until I get to the end, and the last thing is a point. And this was what makes it a wand. So you can hold it and point. And then also you got the Ankh part. And it also got a sage holder, which when I bring it back up, you'll see it. But that's where we at. We're about to drop in these crystals. So I dropped each stone in simply by putting it and wrapping all the way around, going up. This is the last stone. It's the clear quartz. Now I gotta keep this pointer part out without it. I can't cover up the pointer part because it'll ruin the whole wand. So I need to wrap it so it's not going nowhere. I can get close to the point, but I need to keep the point. I need to keep the point. That's where we at. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another weave going back down all the way around. But you'll see. But it's a little, but we on our way. So I started up here and I'm raveling, I'm going around, and I'm gonna keep doing that, going all the way back to the Ankh. And it's real simple. What I do is the two 8 gauge wires are weaved with this 14 gauge wire. As I weave it, I'm wrapping it around the whole wand. And that's giving it so much more strength. It's giving it a call of energy going up it all the way to the Ankh. I'm gonna put in the stone, and then I gotta make the sage holder. So I'm on my way.